Hello everyone and welcome to the weekly pickups number 37 on the Keith Sheesworth channel. Had a good week this week, a lot of cool stuff to show you guys and a bit of a story to go with it. So yeah, without further ado, let's get straight into it. First thing I got, pretty boring. Xbox Duke controller, pretty tatty, gunked up condition. Although a very nice left trigger on it, very firm on this left trigger. And I got this was actually mislabeled at a CEX as a value third-party Xbox controller. So I got it for $2 of CEX credit, which means $1 pretty much, because I've got about double in credit what I originally spent on those things in cash. So yeah, so $1 for an Xbox Duke, I'll do that any day. I don't need another Duke, so I'm probably gonna sell one. But yeah. Also, something else I found pretty cheaply. I got this for $1 in like a cables bin at a local Ace bin. It's a PS1 era controller extension cable, nice blue one. $1 for an extension cable, you never know. And yeah, so the next thing I got was I got this actually at the same time I bought a new TV for myself, and I'll tell you quickly about the TV. It's a Viano 43-inch LCD. It's my first flat screen TV that I've bought for gaming. And I'm not going to show it right now. I'll probably show it during the next time I do a setup tour, because yeah, I'm still working out where I'm going to put everything. But yeah, it's got very little lag, if any at all. Maybe 1 frame, which is very impressive. Maybe 2. It has component and composite in, and the component is very nice, very well scaled. So I've been doing some testing with the PS2 on that. But yeah, the colors are very nice. I haven't really tested out the composite yet, but yeah, it should serve me pretty dang well. So yeah, maybe I'll show you guys that later. If you are interested in seeing my TV and my setup when it's done, leave a comment. Yeah, at the same time, I bought this, and both the TV and this were 25% off. So the TV was only like $130 for a 43-inch TV, and this was $9. There was also a copy of Tasmania on the Mega Drive there for $9 as well, which I probably should have grabbed, but I've got a bit of a connection to Spider-Man because I am technically a professional Spider-Man. Not in the way you're probably thinking, but for kids' birthday parties at my work, one of the characters we do is Spider-Man, and I often do Spider-Man. So I thought I'd just grab this for $9. I don't buy cartridge games very often, but this is indeed a complete copy. So, and which it's relatively difficult to find complete Mega Drive games because the manuals being so basic. I mean, look at that, not even color. Well, I mean, technically it's color, but one color, blue. Yeah, they're often missing. So yeah, it's very nice to find. And yeah, apparently it's a half-decent game, I seem to remember. So yeah, it's very nice to have for $9. So that puts us at what, 11 so far? And then before we get to the main thing that I got this week, I'll just go over some quick PS2 games I bought. Again, on a different day at that Cash Converters, I got Viewtiful Joe on PS1 for... what's 15 times 75%? $11.25 I got Viewtiful Joe for, which is pretty decent for Viewtiful Joe. It's about a $30 game. Bit more than I usually spend on games, but I thought it's not a game I often seen in the wild. I've only ever seen it crop up once on CEX, and I missed it. So, but I thought, yeah, Viewtiful Joe, it's, I believe one of the Capcom 5. Of course, doing that video recently on the, Resident Evil 4, I've learned a bit about the Capcom 5. Strangely, there's no video of that conference anywhere online that I can find, which is unfortunate. But yeah, so I think $11.25 for Viewtiful Joe. Pretty good deal. Pretty happy with that. And I also got, for $6 at CEX, so about $3, Alone in the Dark, The New Nightmare, for PS2, which I believe is the better of the PS2 Alone in the Dark, because I've never played Alone in the Dark. I don't really know much about it. I've heard things either way about it, but I've told this one by its own merit stands up pretty well. So yeah, and I've been waiting to find a decent copy of this. Usually, when this turns up at the CEX website, it's because they mislabeled the other Alone in the Dark. So yeah, that's a bummer. And also, I tend to find it in pretty poor condition when I find it at CEX. But this one is it's complete. The manual's in good nick. The disc, I haven't actually checked yet. This is in pretty good nick, apart from I've just noticed a Tipex A on it, which is unfortunate but bearable. And yeah, the case is in pretty good nick, so yeah, I think $3 to $6, $4. Actually, no, there is a story about this game. Actually, no, it isn't. It's a different one. Forget it. But yeah, so now we come to the main event of week 37. And here it is. It's something that, if you've been watching these videos for any amount of time, you know I've wanted for quite a while. And it is a PSP. It's a 1000 model, which is, I mean, I wanted a 2000 because it's got the video out, but I don't mind too much. I'm realistically not going to be using the video out that much. I just kind of wanted the option. And I found this in a bundle. It came with this case, nice Logitech clamshell, and the power adapter for $45 at a local Ace Ben. So yeah, $45 for a PSP is very good. Generally, they don't go below 100. So 45, very, very happy with that to finally find that. As I say, good things do come to those who wait. I was thinking of going for a PSP for Season 2 of the $1 Game Challenge, which has kind of died in the water, frankly. I don't know if I'll resurrect that again, but we will see. But yeah, $45 for a complete PSP system. But that's not all I got, because they also had a bunch of games there for $3 each, and I got some good stuff. But first, I'll tell you about the 2 games which I bought, which are not here. I originally bought, let's see, is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games with this system for $3 each, so that's $15, so $60 all up. Now, 2 of the games, Need for Speed Shift, I played, and after you did a race, and it was a fairly good racing gameplay, it would freeze on a white screen when trying to load the menu. So, and yeah, so it looks like dealing with UMDs that don't work is going to be annoying, because they're opticals, they're more printer damage than cartridges, so I'll need to be on the lookout for that going forward. But, yeah, so I ended up just trading that in for $6 to a Cash Converters, no, not a Cash Converters, CEX, got $6 credit, and I used that $6 credit to buy Ratchet and Clank, no, maybe $5 credit, one of the two, to buy Ratchet and Clank Size Matters. Now, this is a game, I've played the PS2 version of this, borrowed it off a friend. I didn't like it. Well, the gameplay, I mean, it basically works. It's sort of like a really stripped down Ratchet and Clank game with some interesting, unique features. However, I got near one of the bosses, which I've been told by a friend is the final boss. So yeah, it's this bit where it's like there's a parody of North by Northwest where they're chasing you in a biplane, and then there's an arena. And I just found that way too difficult, and you had to redo the pre-fight again and again and again. So I just gave up. And I thought, whoops, it easy. And I said, I'm not going to bother with this game anymore. I've turned down multiple opportunities to buy the PS2 version of this, which is relatively common. But now that I've got the PSP, I thought, I might as well give it one more shot on the PSP. And it has some interesting ways of doing the controls. But so yeah, hopefully it'll be a better experience. It looks better on the PSP, definitely. I already have Secret Agent Clank on PSP and PS2. So yeah, that's a pretty good one. Now, the other game I bought was Midway Arcade Classics. At least that's what I thought it was. When I took it home and opened it up, it actually had Gottlieb Pinball Classics in it. So the wrong game. And I was like, well, I'm not gonna bother with the Gottlieb, so I'm gonna take it back and get my money back, because like Midway is worth a lot more than that one. I mean, it was only $3, but still. So I took it back and I swapped it out for a UMD only copy of Myst, which was in this UMD case, which is super tight on the UMDs. Like, you put these in, you can't push them out. So I might need to modify this with a bit of sandpaper. But yeah, I tried playing that one, and that one didn't want to work at all. So I traded that one into a Game Traders, and I put that $3 that I got for trading credit towards Archer McLean's Mercury. Now, I already have Mercury Meltdown Remix on PS2, so this is the first one. And I played a little bit of it to test to make sure it works, because, you know, I was wary of that now. And it's a pretty fun little puzzle game. I don't see myself playing this too much on the PS2, but I really see me playing it on the PSP. And that's very happy to have. And then, of course, we come to the last 3 that I bought with the game. We had Wipeout Pulse. I thought I already had a copy of Wipeout Pure. Apparently I didn't. But yeah, it's a Wipeout game. It's good. I'll probably try and get myself a copy of Wipeout Pure, which I believe is a bit more common. Burnout Legends in a old EB Games case. Yeah, it's modeled after the later Burnouts, including a lot of their old courses, so very happy with that. I love the old Burnouts. And the one game that I really wanted for the PSP, which I've been trying to get my hands on, I missed it twice at CEX because the purchase didn't go through, but it is Outrun 2006 Coast to Coast. And I love this game on the Xbox. I've played a bunch of it already on the PSP on the go. I absolutely love Outrun 2006. It's brilliant. But there's a little bit more to the story on this one. So when this game originally came out on PS2 and PSP, they had a cross content share functionality thing, and that wasn't present on the other versions. So on all other versions, including the Japanese PS2 version, it's got all the content available. But with this, you can only buy some of the content on PSP, and then you could share your save file to the PS2 and then buy some of the content there. And both versions have the full game, so you can save your entire save file. It's really cool, actually. The problem is I couldn't find a guide anywhere online to tell me what exactly it was that I needed to buy on each version. And I got really angry trying to find it. I was searching the whole internet, spent a whole day. And then I realized if you attempt... Oh no, then I found a review, which mentioned by name the cars unavailable in the PSP version. And I was like, bingo. But then I checked it and like, wait a minute, they're in the PSP store. So what's happening? So I pressed X to go buy it, and it said must be bought on PS2. And that's when I realized to find out what you need to buy on PS2, you just needed to check everything manually. So, work that out. But, so yeah, and as you guys may know, I got myself a PS2 copy of this game last week or the week before, I forget which. So yeah, I've been using that to start unlocking some of the content in this. And once I buy all the PS2 exclusive content, then I'm probably going to sell that PS2 copy, because I've got it on Xbox, which is better. And it is the rarer of the two, and has better controls and all that good stuff. Yeah, playing this game on PS2 is actually not a particularly fun time, simply because of the limitations of the PS2 controller. It's a great controller, but not having those triggers makes it difficult. It's even easier to play it on the PSP because it's got the decent bumpers. That said, though, now I'm actually really looking for, just out of curiosity, adapter to use an original Xbox controller on PS2. I know they exist, I just don't know where to find them. But yeah, so that is the pickups for the week. I'm pretty dang happy with that lot, frankly. So yeah, finally I got a PSP, and this isn't a bad little starting lineup of games. On top of that, I also already had a copy of Daxter, Secret Agent Clank, Ace Combat Skies of Deception, Medieval Resurrection, and one other. Actually, no, that's it. And I think, as a starting library for the PSP, that's a pretty good one. Covers all the bases. So yeah, please suggest any PSP games you think I should look out for in the comments. I don't really know much about the library, so yeah, any help is good. What did you guys pick up for today, even though no one ever comments what they picked up? And yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.